Hey, hope you're all having a fun October. Welcome back to the JMC Reviews. About this time last year, I reviewed Q, the Winged Serpent. It was the first time I'd reviewed a movie by Larry Cohen, a fucking titan of low-budget and guerrilla filmmaking. An extremely creative storyteller whose films span multiple genres, from horror to action, crime, drama, sci-fi, and even comedy. While the reception for his work varied depending on the audience, there's no denying. His films were ambitious, not afraid to push boundaries, and were definitely able to entertain. It isn't hard to see the influence he's had on various directors, particularly Quentin Tarantino. Q the Winged Serpent was a far-out example of the ingenuitive schlock Larry Cohen made during his prime. Today, I'm going to talk about one of Cohen's most cherished and more talked about films, a movie that just this year turned 40 years old. A movie with one of the most awkward, simplistic titles to board out, 1985's The Stuff.
What kind of title is that?
Tonight, America is in grave danger.
It must be a side effect of eating too much dessert.
It's gonna kill you! It's gonna kill you all!
There is something alive in there.
Coming soon for you, The Stuff.
Produced by New World Pictures, Roger Corman's company, The Stuff was Larry Cohen's attempt to satirize 1980s consumerism and corporate greed, his main inspiration being the immense popularity and consumption of junk food, saying, more or less, that it was just how many people take in this shit despite knowing how harmful they are.
You know where that come from? Watching that damn TV. Every time you turn it on, they got somebody in there talking about get healthy, get in shape. Talking about that's healthy. I know what healthy is.
So, with a reported budget of $1.7 million, King Cohen cooked up a story of a mysterious new dessert labeled The Stuff, whose ingredients remain unknown. Thanks to an extravagant marketing campaign, the stuff quickly takes over America. The twist? Whoever eats the stuff becomes a mind-controlled vessel whose sole purpose is to get more people to eat it and kill those who try to discover the truth. Yeah. This movie is more or less about sentient ice cream turning motherfuckers into obedient zombies. With a premise like that, how can you not check it out? But is it good? That's the $1.7 million question. With all that, let's get into the execution and find out. Oh, and an important thing to note early on, this movie is only 86 minutes. It was originally much longer, but the studio had cut down to give it a quicker pace. That's going to be a big topic of conversation later on. Also, important to remember, this is a horror comedy. It's not meant to be taken 100% seriously, which is often the best mindset to have when going into a Larry Cohen movie. The film just jumps into it. No studio logo, no minute of silence. It just fades right into the action, music score fully blaring. Opening in a snow-filled quarry, an old fart comes across a puddle of white goo bubbling out of the earth. Seeming to not have an iota of common sense, he sticks his fingers in the unknown substance and just fucking eats it!
How stupid can you get?
An equally retarded quarry worker also licks the mysterious goop.
This stuff keeps bubbling out of the ground. There might be enough of it here that we could sell to people.
Well, that was figured out fast. Before you know it, the white goo is being sold all over America as The Stuff, becoming the most sought-after dessert in the country. Commercials are everywhere. We even get some celebrity cameos, including Tammy Grimes, Brooke Adams, Abe Vigoda, and Clara Peller, parodying her own iconic Wendy's commercial.
Where's the stuff?
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Where's the beef?
The thing I really love about these commercials is most of them feel like they could be actual ads.
Great taste for today, tastes great every way.
The taste that makes you hungry for more. The Stuff, taste that delivers.
The cherry on top being The Stuff's catchphrase.
Enough is never enough. Enough is never enough.
The Stuff, enough is never enough.
A blatant metaphor, but it's so simple and catchy, I could totally see some company using it. One of the few people not taken in by the stuff is a young boy named Jason, played by Scott Bloom, who quickly notices that the new dessert is pretty mobile. He becomes terrified of the stuff, and, of course, his thin-skulled family doesn't believe him.
It was moving.
You listen to me, young man. You get your butt back upstairs to bed, you understand? Don't ever pull this on me again. Now move!
Ew. You know, along with It's Alive, that's the second Larry Cohen film I've seen that's had a grown man slapping a little boy on the ass.
Ugh, God.
I think that's my nephew.
It moves. I saw it moving in the refrigerator.
Hey, freak, what do you want anyway?
You gotta give it to the kid playing the older brother. He absolutely nails the persona of the douchebag brother everyone would love to punch in the face. Funny enough, that's Brian Bloom, Scott Bloom's actual brother. Jason tries to stop people from buying the stuff, but to no avail. He snaps and tries to destroy the grocery store's entire stock. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, but you can tell Scott Bloom was probably having the time of his life, and the inner child in us can't help but laugh. Of course, it doesn't help his case in convincing people he's not crazy. Meanwhile, all the major dessert chains are freaking out over the success of the stuff. They bring in former FBI agent turned industrial saboteur Mo Rutherford, played by returning Larry Cohen favorite Michael Moriarty, to investigate and discover the secret ingredient of the stuff.
Hey, didn't you used to be with the Bureau?
At least I didn't get my ass kicked out like you did.
Oh, this is some place you got here. That's a sweaty palm. That's two sweaty palms. Ah, that's another sweaty palm. Yes, sir. Hello, sweaty palms. When you talk to the FBI, would you tell them this for me? Thanks for the job, gentlemen.
Much like Jimmy Quinn in Q the Winged Serpent, Mo Rutherford is a pretty rough bastard and not an easy character to have as a protagonist.
I don't think you're quite as dumb as you appear to be.
No one is as dumb as I appear to be.
But damn it all if Michael Moriarty isn't giving it his best.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Every stone wall has a chink in it, and I'll get inside there. I'll penetrate the company. I'll do some damage.
What a line. After an extremely quick scene in a lab giving us possibly the oddest Coca-Cola product placement ever,
they're protected by the FDA Statute of Identities rule. The same law protects Coca-Cola. Secret formula for their syrup.
Mo starts his investigation by meeting with the advertising executive handling the stuff's campaign, Nicole Kendall, played by Andrea Marcovicci.
I want wonderful smiles. You've got that happy, is it good? Now I want you to feed each other the stuff, both with nice smiles on your face.
Nothing sells dessert better than sexy babes who look like they haven't swallowed a drop of sugar in years. He approaches her under the guise of an oil tycoon who wants to hire her, but for some reason, he uses his real name.
Rutherford?
Mo. My friends call me Mo. They call me Mo.
You'll notice quick, this jackass almost never uses an alias, proudly blasting his name out. I can see why the FBI canned his ass.
Well, I mean, look what you did for the stuff. You created the image.
That's why I don't have a lot of time for petroleum.
Well, now, darling, I'm not here to hire your agency to work for us. I want to buy your agency and put you in charge. I do like to see a woman with decision. Pick your favorite restaurant.
Where are you staying?
Sherry, Netherlands. My limousine's just outside.
You gotta hand it to Moriarty. Not many actors can pull off being both slimy and charming at the same time, but he accomplishes it. Only thing more impressive than his acting is that wig they slapped on him. Mo's next stop is a crooked FDA agent, played by Danny Aiello, who, despite prominent billing, is pretty much a glorified cameo.
How long was it tested before you proved it?
This is a dessert, not a prescription medicine. Not any different from yogurt. I love it.
Oh, well, you eat the stuff?
All the time. I feed it to Ben.
You feed the dog?
Absolutely. Ben eats it all the time. Right, Ben?
This This actually is a well-done tense scene, owed both to the acting of Moriarty and Aiello and the peak cinematography by Paul Glickman, this being his 5th and final collaboration with Larry Cohen.
What was your name again?
Rutherford?
Rutherford.
Mo Rutherford.
Jesus Christ! Austin Powers is a more covert spy than this putz. We get a very quick scene of Mo observing a 24-hour joint exclusively selling the stuff. Then we cut back to Aiello, who... Actually, I can't figure out what's going on. I really can't figure out what's going on. All I know is that Aiello's out of the film. But enough lingering. We abruptly cut to a small town in Virginia, which, aside from 2 hicks, appears to be completely deserted. Whoop! Mobile! Major props to composer Anthony Guffin, who I'm sad to see never had much of a career as a film composer. This guy had real talent. Mo spots a mysterious car driving through. He tries to find the driver, which leads to a random ninja attack. This guy turns out to be another dessert owner run out of business by the stuff, played by legendary SNL player Garrett Morris. And what's the name of this black dessert magnet? Chocolate Chip Charlie. Wow, that's quite the name. What was Jungle Bunny Bob too on the nose? Knuckle sandwich is quickly forgotten. Mo and Charlie team up to find who's behind the stuff. They visit the town's post office, run by a very suspicious postal worker who's clearly been gorging on the stuff. After nailing down the town of Midland, Georgia as the next point of interest, the postman bolts, and we see what happens when the sentient goo decides it's time to leave its host.
Oh, gnarly!
Okay, lethal hands. Kill the door.
Watch out for spinners.
It's funny seeing Garrett Morris play an aggressive karate man.
Wait. We are not alone.
In a scene that feels right out of a George A. Romero movie, Mo and Charlie run from a gang of stuff-possessed rednecks. Damn! You just helped them escape, stupid! Getting chased by a pack of Ben and Jerry zombies behind them. Time for coffee and flirting with waitresses.
You and I are gonna have to split up.
You sure you no longer need my iron fist?
I want you to go to Washington, D.C. and see Special Agent Frank Herbert.
Guess Mo thinks sandworms can help stop the stuff.
You got any of the stuff?
Wish I did. I can't get it.
Sneaky bitch.
Here you go, honey. Charlie, remember where you are.
Back in New York, Mo is followed around by a couple of stuff vendors and their sick, sinister theme. Before Mo, or even the audience, can take a breath, he finds himself in the office of the Stuff's CEO, Mr. Fletcher, played by Patrick O'Neill. It's quickly established that he knows how addictive the stuff is, the quarry workers who originally found it are probably dead, and he's never even tasted his own product. Corporate America, bitches! He tries to play dirty, but Mo is way dirtier.
I can shut you down.
I don't think anybody paid too much attention to a disreputable character like you.
I could always kill you.
And you know what? I believe it. Fletcher tries to bribe Mo into working for him, tossing him an envelope full of $1,000 bills. Fuck how times have changed. And then we get probably the worst cut in the entire film, and that's saying something.
I don't have to eat the stuff, though, do I? I really would like to leave that to the stuffies. It's not your fault.
It is my fault. I invented the whole campaign.
Did we miss a few scenes? This cut is so abrupt, it feels like I got cracked in the face. This is only the second time these characters have been seen together, but the way they're talking implies they've developed a real rapport. Also, what the hell did he say to convince her about what's happening with the stuff? It's at this point that the studio interference became very obvious. Larry Cohen has said that the film was cut down heavily in post-production by New World Pictures, who wanted the movie to have a faster pace. Maybe a little too fast. The film goes by extremely fast, barely giving a chance to absorb what's going on, or for any real character development to take place. Cohen also said New World didn't like the comedic angle and wanted to push the stuff as a more straight-up horror film. In the end, he felt the changes were for the best, saying he felt the original cut may have been too sophisticated and the extra scenes slowed the film down. Well, bully for you, Cohen. But personally, I would have liked a little proper plot and character development, and with this movie's pace, a little slowness or breathing room would have been welcome. Mo gets wind of Jason and the stink he's been making about the stuff, and the kid ain't doing so well. And what is, honestly, a legitimately creepy sequence, Jason's whole family has been taken over by the stuff.
Get him.
You're supposed to eat it. That's all you eat it. And eat as much of it as you can, and you keep eating it.
I get strong Invasion of the Body Snatchers vibes from this scene. They give him a pint and tell him not to come back till he's tried the stuff. Alone in the bathroom, he shovels the silly putty yogurt into the toilet, giving this impressive effect. Cool. Also, check out the Motley Crue poster in the background. Didn't strike me as that kind of family. In a reasonably smart move, Jason refills the cup with shaving cream to make it look like he's been eating the stuff. But I do question, would you really put something in your mouth that had made contact with that shit? You telling me scraping out the cup and possibly rinsing the spoon was enough to rid it of all stuff elements? Also, that licking shaving cream ruse is only able to go on for so long. In a wonderfully intense scene, amplified by excellent lighting and toe-tapping music, Mo busts in and rescues Jason from his family. Or kidnaps him, depending on how you look at it.
I kind of just threw up in your car.
It's
I just
all right.
ate shaving cream.
Well, everybody has to eat shaving cream once in a while.
Well, that's just common knowledge. Mo and Jason meet up with Nicole. The three take a private jet to the stuff's base of operations in Midland, Georgia. Mo and Nicole visit the main factory, bullshitting that they have an idea for a commercial. They leave Jason in the care of the jet pilot. Think it would have been smarter to drop him off at a safe house. Could have avoided this. While Jason makes a run from the special effects, Mo continues to show just what a bad spy he is.
You shouldn't be shooting pitches here.
Smile.
What a dick. In between way too much jump cutting, Jason hides in one of the factory tankers, getting himself trapped. The company drops Mo and Nicole off at what I suspect was probably the film crew's motel. There was originally a love scene here with Mo and Nicole, but like so many scenes, it got cut. And while we were robbed of seeing Michael Moriarty fuck, we do get a hilarious neck crack from Andrea Marcovicci. And another kick-ass commercial.
The stuff is here now. Great new day sensation.
the stuff, taste that delivers.
This is the only moment where it's implied the stuff might be from outer space. Personally, I like the idea that the origins of the stuff is never 100% clear. Did it come from space? Was it always under the earth? Very Tremors. As the would-be couple drift off to sleep, we get what many consider the best scene in the film. Super fucking cool. But again, I have to ask, how the fuck did he not get infected? Did the goop really not take advantage of his open nostrils? Mo and Nicole discover that fire can hurt the stuff. In their escape, an infected yokel attacks, gets caught in the burning stuff, giving us this spectacular visual.
Help him, Mo.
I'll burn him.
According to the DVD commentary, this scene was achieved using the same rotating set from the original Nightmare on Elm Street. They make their way back to the factory and follow the trucks to the quarry where the stuff originally bubbled up. Mo changes into a jumpsuit he swiped from the factory and heads to destroy the quarry with C4. Where the fuck did he get that?
You look kind of cute in this thing.
Huh?
Whatever turns you on, lady. After pulling the classic knock out the guard routine, Mo successfully plants the C4. In the biggest of dumb luck moments, he finds Jason in the tanker, saving him just in time. We get a nice rock explosion. A stuff worker tries to grab Nicole, but she fights him off enough for Mo to turn him into a human wishbone.
That ain't her.
Unfortunately, post-mayhem luck just isn't on their side. The cop pulls them out. How did they get out of this? By saying they're hungry and inviting the cop to join them.
I'm so hungry. I bet you're hungry too. God, I'm so hungry.
Oh, it's great.
Okay, even for a satirical farce, that scene was way too fucking stupid. Needing a small army to take down the stuff, Mo drives the gang to a militia of anti-communists led by a disgraced colonel, who Mo busted years ago for the FBI by catching him having an affair with a 17-year-old black girl. Ooh. The colonel, Spears, played by the great Paul Sorvino, is talked into taking down this threat to America. This could be a good scene, but it is unfortunately ruined for me by Michael Moriarty's insufferable whispering.
You know that the whole country needs you? Getting these deep cover agents, and then they'd establish themselves, and they'd work on us from within, right inside it. Get inside our insides and get us from the inside. Get it. And you were a deep prophet, and it contains a mind-affecting drug in it, and you and I both know what they are.
Again, I think Moriarty gives a good performance, but this is not the type of character you want to see as your protagonist. This is the type of shithead who would spend 15 minutes annoying the audience before getting castrated to death. However, it is fun seeing Moriarty and Sorvino act together, knowing that in just 6 years, they would star together on Law and Order.
So this is the young lady who's gonna go with us. You can ride up with me.
Oh, well, that's going to really be an honor.
And after this mission, you can reward me in a suitable fashion.
Well, looks like a scandal with underage black cooch didn't teach his fat ass anything. The militia attacks the factory.
I kind of like the sight of blood, but this is disgusting.
And good fucking God, they still take the kid with them. Qui-Gon Jinn took care of kids better than these twats. The scene of the militia attacking the factory is pretty great. Probably my favorite scene in the movie. It's got action, a wonderfully suspenseful sequence of Nicole and Jason escaping the stuff. It has the best effects in the movie, already filled to the gills with mind-blowing special effects. And it has some really funny jokes.
We have never lost a war.
What about Nam, sir?
We lost that war at home, Sonny.
We did not lose Vietnam. It was a tie.
Colonel Spears says he has 2 radio stations in Atlanta they could use to spread the word about the stuff. Probably the kind of station that would showcase Alex Jones. They arrive in Atlanta, the locals reacting how anyone would react seeing a bunch of nuts running around with machine guns.
Pay the drivers. Issue a 10% tip.
Well, that was nice of him.
Report! What's on our station now?
Can't get enough of the stuff.
The stuff. The taste that makes you hungry for more.
Get that shit off my station!
That might be my favorite funny moment in the film. As the group prepares to go on the air, an unexpected old face shows up.
I am Chocolate Chip Charlie. My hands are registered with the Midland Georgia Police as lethal weapon.
Garrett Morris! Yeah, you kind of forgot he was in this movie, didn't ya? He demands to be included in the broadcast. Colonel Spears at first refuses, but Mo, Jason, and Nicole stick up for him.
I will permit this colored man to speak.
Sorry, my tolerance only goes as far as black high school girls.
But speak one word of the Commie Party line, or one word in code, and I will blow his head off.
It's wild when you realize the people saving the day are a bunch of white nationalists. And before you have a social justice heart attack, it's pretty obvious that we're supposed to see these guys as a bunch of unhinged fuckwads. Mo, himself a fuckwad, enlisting them was clearly a case of desperation and taking what you can get. If you find Chocolate Chip Charlie's sudden appearance suspicious...
Charlie. Charlie.
You were right.
Oh, God! Charlie!
In a film with so many elaborate makeup sequences, this is probably the nastiest.
No!
Hit the chips!
I know I've been gushing over the movie's special effects, but there's no denying, the effects during the radio station scene look pretty bad. I get the vibe they were pressed for time and money and just threw whatever they thought would stick. Rutherford and Spears get their broadcasts out, and in the hardest moment to suspend disbelief for, it actually works! The mass majority of America believe them, the stuff is taken off shelves, and motherfuckers even start having bonfires. This is a fun sequence. Nicole gives a seemingly genuine public apology for marketing the stuff, and then she's gone. Last scene of her in the movie. Mo meets with the stuff's former CEO, Mr. Fletcher, who's quickly joined by one of the dessert tycoons that originally hired Rutherford to steal the stuff's recipe. They try to get Mo to help them market a new dessert, just to be as addictive as the stuff. The taste! Okay, that's hilarious. Mo, fed up with all the dessert crap, pulls a gun on the 2 suits. Jason comes in with a box of the stuff that didn't get destroyed. In, I guess, a sense of poetic justice, Mo forces them to eat the addictive product that made them rich, but they never actually ate before. Moriarty delivers the awesome tagline that grazed every VHS and DVD cover.
Are you eating it? Or is it eating you?
The suits are now completely hooked on the stuff.
Here they come. Right on schedule. Guess we did it, Mo.
The film ends with a bunch of seedy-looking assholes sneaking crates out of their truck and peddling the stuff on the street like drugs. I love that. Along with the taste, it shows even if you get rid of something, something new will just take its place, or people will continue taking it just under the radar. The credits roll, followed by one last commercial starring Brooke Adams, and even that goes by too fast.
Enough is never enough.
Really? You couldn't hold on for at least 2 or 3 extra seconds? And that was Larry Cohen's The Stuff. I have very mixed feelings on this film. On its story structure level, this movie is bad. The editing is atrocious. You can practically see the producer's notes. Get to the end as fast as you can. And aside from that, there's a lot of really stupid moments that, even for a comedy, just don't work. The film was not a hit. Cohen feels this was due to New World marketing it as a straight horror film instead of a satirical comedy. That may have played a part in it. The movie was surprisingly popular with critics, which is a good lead-in to that. While I feel the editing hurts the film, there are a lot of positive aspects to The Stuff. The commentary on consumerism and marketing does shine at several points. I wish it had been better focused, but it is there. One thing that is overall good is the actors. The material they're given isn't always the strongest, but I can't say anyone in this cast gave a bad performance. The standouts are undeniably Michael Moriarty, Scott Bloom, and Paul Sorvino. Sorvino really shines in his role as the conspiracy-obsessed militia leader, creating a larger-than-life personality. Scott Bloom gives a surprisingly strong performance for a child actor. He carries the film pretty well when Moriarty isn't on screen. And Michael Moriarty, god damn is he a great talent. The Mo Rutherford character is not a good protagonist. Even by anti-hero standards, he is way too slimy and grating to get behind. But you know this is what Larry Cohen wanted the character to be like, and Michael Moriarty, he's talented enough to make even a cuntbag like Mo Rutherford engaging to watch. Larry Cohen and Michael Moriarty truly were a special actor-director team. Garrett Morris is fun in his small role. Apparently, he didn't enjoy working on the film, calling the production crazy. When asked about Larry Cohen, he said, "If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all." Reasonably mature attitude. But now, onto what I consider the movie's biggest strong point, the special effects. Holy shit, these effects are fucking amazing! Even after 4 decades, they still hold up. The filmmakers certainly took advantage of every resource and nickel they had. A big step up from Q the Winged Serpent. A film I compare this to is 1981's Galaxy of Terror, another New World Pictures horror film that doesn't have the strongest plot or characters, but is filled to the brim with mind-blowing effects. Both are effects movies where the special effects are more than enough to merit a couple rewatches. So yeah, in the most backhanded, so bad it's good way possible, I recommend giving The Stuff a watch in its entirety. Regardless of post-production studio ass rape, it is entertaining and full of inventive ideas. And that's what Larry Cohen excelled at. Hope you enjoyed this review. Next episode, I'll be getting to a movie that I tried to review last year, but for various reasons got delayed. Get ready for some caged vengeance.
You're Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Well, I sure as hell ain't the Kentucky Colonel. Get off of me.